Hello. Okay, I suppose this is more a supplementary episode, an episode 4.5, if you will. Only because I think modeling can be pretty fun. So as opposed to just leaving you to download all the 3D assets, maybe we can go through a few of it just to see. Before that, though, if you do download a lot of assets, it can make your computer chug up because of the number of polygons. If that happens, what you can do is select the object, go to the modifier, which is a wrench icon, and select decimate. So it sort of reduces the polygon count. Say you want to bring it down to 20% of what it currently is. So ratio 0.2. There you go. You can still tell it's a table, it's clear, but you've reduced the polygon count. So you can do that to any object that you feel is hogging your PC. Let's start with maybe something very simple. How about a socket? Let's add a plane, / to isolate it, rotate by 90 degrees on the x-axis. And as a reminder, if you want to get the UV editor, let's open a new page here. UV editor, front view, let's add a image. So on the base color, click the icon, image texture, open, and search for your picture. That's horrible. So let's open it in the UV editor as well. Socket. Go back to your object. Let's go to edit mode and press A, select everything, then press E to just extrude it. So you've got some depth. Press A to reselect everything. Look at the front, U, project from your view. There you go. So let's just make this bigger. Let's maybe make it a bit wider as well. If it looks a bit stretched, then you can just change the proportions, but it's fine. See, great, that already looks like a little socket. Let's just do this. Let's deselect everything, double tap. A3, select just the front face. I2, oh, what's happened? Select the front face, I2 inset to bring it in. We'll bring this out a bit, just so it looks a bit better. And if you want to, you could also model this. Let's press Shift D just to duplicate this face. Scale it down. Move it to the right place. Scale it. Scale it. Extrude it. And because it's a duplicated object, you can hover it and press L to select linked, and it'll select only that object and nothing else. We'll look for the front, U, project from view again, and scale it here. Does it look perfect? No. Does it need to? Also no. Let's make this a bit thicker, select this, rotate on the x-axis, bring it in. Hey, there you go. Look at that socket. Doesn't look perfect, but you know what? It's fine. You might get issues sometimes when you're building and suddenly you're scrolling and it's like you can't scroll anymore. What's going on? It's just an issue with the way Blender calculates what level it's supposed to be at. If that happens, you can select the object and press the period on the numpad. If you don't have a numpad like me, you can press View, Frame selected. It frames the object, and now you can zoom into that depth again. Yeah, so go crazy. Put it wherever you want. There you go. One here. One here. What? Up here. Why? I don't know. The tall denizens. Okay, what's next? Maybe an air conditioner, something slightly more complex. Let's maybe do it here. Close this a bit. Okay, Shift A. Add a cube. Oh, I'm in there. So I'm in edit mode, so it assumes this is still the same object as the socket. Let's delete that, go back to object mode, rookie mistake, Shift A, add a cube. And I'd say make it to proportions, find the actual measurements if you want to be accurate. I'm just gonna wing it. Something like that. Hey, look, an air conditioner. But we can make it look slightly better. So we press tab to go into edit mode, 2 to select edge select. Let's deselect everything and just select the edge that's at the bottom here. Hey, there you go. Now with the edge selected, if you press Control B, ooh, that's being blocked. There we go. Control B, and you move your mouse in and out, you are beveling, and you can move your mouse wheel up and down to select the number of segments. So maybe for an air conditioner, you just need 2. Hey, look at that. Let's select 3, face mode, inset, bring this in, inset again, make it smaller, E to extrude, bring that in, select this face, what should we do? Let's make it up, okay. Control R to loop select, put a new edge here, select that, bring it up on the Z axis, Control B to bevel it. Look, we've made an air conditioner. Doesn't look perfect, but again, it is good enough for what we're trying to do here. What else would be good? Tables? Tables are easy. Should select mesh. Let's make it from a plane. So, / let's isolate that tab to go into edit mode. Select 3 for face select. Oops. E to extrude, so we give it some depth. Let's look at it from the underside. With just the bottom face selected, press Shift D to duplicate that. Right click so it resets. Scale it down. Bring it to one corner, and then E to extrude, and you've got legs. So again, select this option object, press L. Since it's a duplicated object, you can select it on its own as a linked object. Shift D, X, we'll bring it here. Select this as well, Shift D, Y. Hey, there you go, tables. Let's give it a material we've given something else. There you go. Or hey, you know what? If you want, let's scale this down on the Z-axis. Duplicate this, bring it up. Duplicate this, bring it up. And let's make it metallic. Let's make it black. And let's join it up. And we have a rack. Look, a shoe rack of sorts, I guess. Yeah, okay. So just put this wherever you want. We'll just leave it floating in the air here. So something to remember, the material that I used for this was the material that was used for this other table. So when I changed everything, it changed that table's material as well because it's linked. So the next time, if you wanted to sort of use a similar material, sort of borrow it and then sort of edit it from there, instead of selecting it and making your changes, you choose it first. Let's say we're making this a TV screen for some reason, and then press this button here, which is the new material. So it keeps the base sort of properties, but makes it a new object, and you can call it the, yeah, so that works. Okay, what's next? How about a sink? A sink and an extractor hood for the kitchen. Okay, I'm having problems zooming in, so select this, view, frame selected. Let's close this. Let's start maybe with the extractor hood. Okay, so simple. Let's put in a cube here. Let's isolate, scale it down on the y-axis, scale it down on the x-axis. That probably looks fine. Let's go to tab mode, select this face. E to extrude, but right click. So we actually have an extra face there. You just can't see it. We'll S to scale it up, E to extrude it, and then S to scale it again. And there you go. You've got an extractor hood. Let's move out of this, scale it so it's properly sized. That seems okay. Yeah, remember, if you're doing it for real and you really want all the proper measurements, then just make sure you actually look it up. I'm just winging things. How about a sink, since we're in the kitchen? Let's make a, you know what, let's make a cube. Make it smaller, scale it down. Actually, you know what, let's make this a counter instead. So we've got a floating countertop. Bring it out. Okay, tap to edit mode. Let's Control R to upper loop cut so that we can bring it here. Select this, press E to extrude. Floating countertop. Bring it in a bit. Great. So let's go back to this part. And let's see, how should we make a sync? All right, let's do this way. Let's isolate it. Control R. Make another loop cut. Maybe around there looks fine. Select this face. I to inset to bring it in. Maybe scale it down on the y-axis and move it on the y-axis to the right place. E to extrude and bring it down. Then we'll press 2 to select that edge, that edge, that edge, and that edge. Control B, remember, for bevel, and we'll bevel it. There you go, you got a sync. Sync and countertop. Let's just give this a color for fun. Gray. Yeah, that looks okay. Look, a sync. Anything else? I don't know. Posters? Everyone likes posters. That's nice and simple. You know, just go here, put in the plane, rotate it. Rotate it the right way. Tap to edit mode. Extrude it a bit. And first give it a color, and we will call it picture frame, big frame. Oh, no, I want it black. All right, great. We will inset this, bring it in a bit. Add a new material. Click new. Assign it so it's just to that area. And then search for a poster. You probably can't see it. I've got a Chrome page open. Let's find an appropriate picture. Will this work? Yes, it will. Let's just download it. Save image. Save. You can watch my wonderful poster. Okay, open. Image. Open. Downloads. Yeah, Doraemon. Fantastic. So let's go to our UV editor. It's rotated the wrong way, so we can just do this. Let's scale this, bring it up. Scale this, bring it down, and there you go. Now you've got a perfect poster in your house. Yeah, so just a quick episode. Oh wait, no. I think I saw a picture recently of a more industrial setting, and it's sort of like what looks like cables and wires and piping everywhere, and it looked pretty nice. So how about we just try and do that, because it's not the sort of thing that you can just download an asset for, because you have to curve it around the walls and everything. Let's try that. All right, great. Shift A. This time you want a curve, so look for curve, click Bezier. And we'll go into isolation mode first. Let's close this. Join. Ta-da. Okay, so to make things a bit easier, when you are in the edit mode for the curve, go to this overlay. And is it here? It's in object mode. Where's that option I'm looking for? Face. Normals. Here we go. Select normals. And you can see the direction that it's moving. It just makes sort of making the point a bit easier. So the way Bezier curves work is, if you've ever worked in a sort of photo editing software, especially like Adobe Illustrator, you should know, but it lets you make perfect curves. And the way you go about this is, you've got one point here, and it follows all the same shortcut keys. So you can press G to grab, R to rotate, S to scale. And really what you're manipulating are the handles over here. And as you scale the handles down, the curve becomes smaller. As you scale the handles up, the curve becomes bigger. And just remember, you're doing this in 3D space, so it's, just keep that in mind. So say for example, you have an idea of how you want your wirings to look like, right? So let's put a plane here. Let's pop this over to where the plane is. Up. Great. Okay. So select the curve, and whenever you want to put in a new control point, press E, and you can extrude. So you can press E to extrude, press to extrude, E to extrude, that sort of thing. Or another shortcut is hold Control and just right click. So that might be an easier way to, let's go back here. Let's bring this to somewhere that's a bit more appropriate. So say for example, I've got my curve here, and for some reason I want it to go around here. So we'll go up, we will curve it here, curve it up. It's going through the wall, so let's bring it up. Curve it up here, and it's still going through the wall. Let's bring it up again. Yeah, anyway, you get the idea. So control right click lets you move it around quite a bit. And the nice thing is, so you've made your curve, you then go to this curve option over here, go down to geometry, and increase the depth. So now you've added some wiring. Give it some color, a bit too shiny. And if you really wanted to, we could also just sort of model a very basic, I don't know, what do you call those things that keeps it in space? Oh, that's gone. Right, so you come here, go to face select, let's give it some depth. Let's select it here. Loop cut in the top, loop cut in the bottom. It's like this, so like this. Extrude it, and hey, you've got a clip. So, position it properly, and you can sort of have it pulling it to the wall, and then you can just duplicate, and you've got your design. Yeah, sorry, it doesn't look very nice, but as long as you get the idea. And okay, this time this is it. Just a few extra examples of things that you can just try and make to make the house look a bit more equipped. I think there are times where we forget certain things like the air conditioning and the sockets and the extractor hood. So you add all the things you think you need in your house when it comes to furniture, but then you forget to put that in, and it sort of spoils the plan when you realize you don't have enough space. So that was a quick one. See you in the next episode. Bye.